Hello, my name is Roger Lear. I'm the president of OrlandoJobs.com and welcome to the 2020 Diversity Virtual Job Fair. Usually we're doing these things down at the Amway Center, but we have the next best thing. You get to set interviews with the employers directly, video Zoom interviews, and it's pretty powerful stuff. This video really is to give you the way we're going to make that all happen and give you all the tips and all the tricks. And well, there's really no tricks. It's hard work, but if you do it right, I think you'll be very surprised how many interviews that you can set with some awesome Central Florida employers in the craziest time of all time, right? COVID and so forth. But so to get started, what is a live virtual job fair? But it is kind of just like an in-person job fair. You'll visit the virtual booths. You'll see what jobs they have. Once you see a job you like, you can apply to it, and you'll schedule a video with that company using whatever times they have open. And when that time comes up, say you schedule for 9 o'clock on Wednesday, you go to your Zoom, and the recruiter, the employer, the hiring manager from that company will do an interview with you. So that's pretty cool stuff. I'm going to go through that process with you in a second. This day also we'll have virtual live resume reviewers, but we'll also have some awesome sessions with Mayor Demings is going to come in and talk about what programs and jobs in Orange County government, 8,000 employees, how they hire and things like that. Very, very insightful information from Mayor Demings, and I think you'll really enjoy that. The do's and don'ts of social media during a job search. Believe it or not, social media can actually help you get a job. Valencia College has accelerated skills training programs. Right now, so much money is being poured in to make sure that we get you guys reskilled, and advanced manufacturing, which you probably know nothing about, or healthcare or trades. All these jobs are all very high paying, and it won't cost you anything to go through these programs because of all the grants and scholarships that are available right now. Optimizing your resume, that's a session that I'm going to do. It's dear to my heart to make sure that you get the job that you want. And then we're going to talk with Jesse from Jobs Partnership. They have a LifeWorks program that takes you and gives you purpose and gives you soft skills and shows you and connects you to employers and things like that. So that's all very important stuff. So the job fair itself, what you're going to do is you're going to set interviews. So how do you do that? We're going to take you step by step through that. But you visit the employer's booth, you find a job that matches your background, you apply to that job, and then you schedule an interview. Here's the trick with all that, and I'm going to go off my share here and take you over to the job fair real quick so you can get a preview of that. But when you're setting interviews, you don't want to set interviews with a company if you don't qualify for that job. If you don't qualify for the job, don't set the interview. If you think you qualify and so forth, yes, set the interview, because they're not going to look at your information before you come talk to them. But to have the best possible interview possible, if that makes sense, what you want to do is get jobs that fit you well. So when you start interviewing, you have a lot in common. But what will happen is you'll see a bunch of career boosts. And again, this is more of a test site as it goes right now. But say you want to come work with Orlando Jobs, and you see a sales account manager position available. What you'll do is you can apply to the job first, but then see this button right here, schedule an interview. And you click to schedule the interview, and then all the employers are going to have dates and times of when they can do the interviews with you. So if you want to do it on the 17th, you want to do it at 9:15, you hit the confirm, and you put your name and your email address there, and then it asks you different questions. Every company will have different questions to ask. We always ask, are you authorized to work in the United States? And that's yes or no, and then you schedule the event. The minute that you hit that schedule event, the company will get an email saying that you're going to be interviewing with them. and you'll get an email with a link, a Zoom link to the 9:30 or 9:15 time on Tuesday, November 17th in your email. And it's that simple. You just click on that link on that day and you'll be connected to the employer and so forth. A lot of times the employer, once they get your email, they'll ask you to send them your resume directly. And if that you see that email come through, go ahead and send that directly. But that's pretty simple stuff. And I think you'll really enjoy the opportunity to be able to set that interview. Now, when you're video interviewing, you know, that's something that you really have to start thinking about, right? It's a little different than in face-to-face interviews, but you know, what is it about it, the difference in it? Well, I can tell you that you get to make a first impression. So the minute you come on board, you get to make a first impression, and just like you and I are talking right now. And so you want to be prepared, and the best way to do that is to practice. So download the Zoom app on your computer. Hopefully you can do this not on a cell phone, but on a desktop or a tablet or something like that. But and practice. It's all free. You don't have to pay a dime to do it, but you can record yourself and you can look to see what you look like, the way you smile, the way you talk, the camera angle of where the camera is to the eye level, that kind of stuff. Set up in a place in your home where you have a good background, very neutral, and where you're well framed in the screen. Practice and record yourself. So, you know, because it's exactly the way the employer is going to see you. You know, if you have to use your cell phone, which many of you do, just make sure you secure it. You know, don't hold it. Put it somewhere and make it so it sits by itself like it's on a tripod if you don't have a tripod. Excuse me. Once you start the interview, you're going to pop up. You're going to, you know, be able to talk back and forth. But the one thing that you want to make sure you do, know the company that you set the interview for, because theoretically you can set 50 interviews if you wanted to. But know the company, do some research on the company, and be prepared when they say, hey, what position are you applying for? Tell me about your background. If you answer that question, I'm just looking for a job, that's not a very good thing. You applied to a very specific job. So read that job description inside and out, and then try to figure out what your strengths are of why you will be good at that job. Do not send interviews with companies if you're not prepared with whatever job that you're applying to. They not only A, you have to have the skill sets, but B, that you're prepared to talk their language, and their language is the language that's in that job description, and a little bit of knowledge about their company. Do some research. How long has the company been in business? How do they make money? What does your job do to help that company make money? And if you're excellent at your job, be able to draw out examples and so forth. What's really cool too, when you're video interviewing, you can put cue cards. So say you're interviewing with 4 different companies in 2 hours. You could actually write down on a piece of paper all the information about that company. And then guess what? You can put it right, you know, on the other side of your computer. So you're looking straight at it and reading so you don't forget anything. It's a cue card. It's like a teleprompter in the news or something like that. Use that to your advantage so you don't forget anything. Put information about projects that you worked on. Put any sort of words, keywords on those cue cards. So if you get asked a question, you can look up and it'll help you really excel in the interview. And the Netflix syndrome is just, everyone's been binge watching, right? So when you watch TV for a long period of time, you just have that one drawn out face. Well, during an interview, smile, sit up straight, have your arms, you know, listen, and when you're speaking, you know, smile while you're trying to speak, because it just makes a much better impression, and you'll do very well. I just love the idea that a job seeker can connect, because so many of you apply to so many jobs and never hear anything back, and you're awesome people. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But your resume may not read right or something like that. This gives you that opportunity, that 45, 60-second opportunity to make an unbelievable first impression, and then hopefully expand that interview to 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and so forth. And I know you guys can do it, but you have to be prepared, just like anything. And I think you'll enjoy that. So I just wish you the best of luck. There's some information on our company, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me directly. But we're really excited about this event, and we're excited that you guys have the opportunity to have the power to talk to these great employers. They're not doing this because they don't want to hire you. They're doing it because they do want to hire you. They want to find great talent. Orlando is full of great talent, and we're going to have an amazing day on November 17th and 18th. If you're pre-registered, you can also on the 16th start setting interviews and going through a lot of the training videos. So thank you very much. Again, my name is Roger Lear, President of Orlando Jobs. We just thank you. We thank all of our sponsors. We thank Mayor Demings for supporting this event, and we wish you all the best of luck in your job search. Thank you very much.